Hi guys, so it's been quite a long time since I last uploaded on here for quite a few reasons, but the biggest one was there was a lot of change within my personal life, with quitting a job, having a bit of a gap and then starting another job. It was kind of down to personal preference. I don't regret giving myself the time off because I felt like I really needed to refresh and regroup ready for my new job, but it did mean that I left myself some time without more pay essentially. And if you watch my last video you would know that I did have to pay some money back last month to my old job because I took too much holiday. That made a massive dent in my budget, and whatever, the past is in the past, right? But you'll know also if you watch that video I wasn't quite sure if I would be paid for the end of July for an August budget, so I didn't expect to be. I expected to have to use my savings to essentially fund my bills and everything like that. So the fact that I got paid I was super happy about. What I loved more than that was the fact that it did turn out to be more than what I thought. Obviously I gave all the correct details into my new job, but I don't know if it's something about balancing out my taxes and stuff, which is why I might have got paid more than I thought. I don't really know, but everything I gave was correct. So thankfully I got paid £1,012.77. They worked this out based on the 11 or so days I worked in July, which I'm happy about, of course. And I know some of you have been messaging me and asking me if I'm okay, if they've like you've missed a video of mine or something like that. So shout out to you guys because you are real ones, and thank you so much for reaching out. Honestly, I'm there for you guys as much as I possibly can. Some days are just I'm a little bit more off than others with getting back to people, and yeah, I can be quite a hermit sometimes, but you know what, I've missed this channel, I've missed budgeting, and yeah, I thought, you know what, I need to do this video, I need to come back, I need to put my all into this. I still don't know if I'm going to film a question and answer because the thought of showing my face on my YouTube channel freaks me out a little bit, I'm not going to lie, but whatever, we'll get back to this video first. Also apologies for the light, it is currently, I would tell you but my phone is there, where is my watch? Let's see, it is currently 20 to 8 at night, and it's got a bit dark now, so I am using my ring light. I don't know if the lighting's going to be too annoying for you guys, I don't really know. Haven't really played around with this too much if I'm completely honest with you. Oh no, we don't want that. Oh, maybe this one. Maybe that's better. Maybe that's better. Tell me if I'm wrong. So, as usual, okay, I'm going to basically talk you through how I worked out what I was going to do with my budget. So, let me just move you over here. So, first things first, before we think about anything, I don't know, non-essential that we might need, I did sit down and work out. Bills come first, right? So we did our standard, none of my bills had changed. So we had the £200 for rent, the £50 for Monzo, which you'll know is my Apple Pay essentially, £50 for Chase. Chase is my personal savings. Let's be realistic though, currently there's not too much saving going on there. I'm calling myself out. Then we've got £10 on Spotify, £28 on my phone, £4 for my portion of my YouTube premium subscription. We've got £9 on my Amazon Prime, £10 on my dad's phone bill, which he does pay me back, guys, £30 on my Specsavers subscription, which comes in useful because I have been to the opticians kind of recently to check something out, and obviously it cost me nothing because I have a subscription. Then we've got Apple, which I think is my storage. I don't know if it's £4 or it could be less and come out twice. I don't really know. Netflix is £12 now, which is, oh, you can't even see, which is bloody insane if you ask me, but not something I'll ever get rid of, I don't think. Kindle Unlimited is my non-negotiable. Like, the amount that I read on my Kindle is insane. It's my sanctuary, my happy place. So my Kindle Unlimited comes to £10 a month, and then as always I do keep a buffer. I'm not gonna gatekeep, I'm not gonna lie. I've already tapped into my buffer and I shouldn't have, but I have. And I need to actually double check maybe after this video where I'm currently at and if I've left myself enough money for all my bills, because I mean, I'm not an angel, I'm definitely not, and I've been bad a lot of the time, especially where I work now. There's a lot of shops and coffee shops and I'm the worst, honestly, but I need to hone it in and get a bit better with like meal prepping and shopping ahead of time. So altogether I worked out that would cost me a grand total of £487. There you go. So that was the first thing. First of all, we need to check how much we actually need. Once I did that, I also let me just, oh, I feel like my tea's in the way, which it is. Okay, next, my travel is also a non-negotiable. I pay £70 for 30, I think it's 30 days, 30 or 31 days of unlimited travel in a particular zone, and it covers me. And trust me when I say I use this. I have to get 2 buses to work, 2 back home on a daily, and then at the weekend I'm always finding excuses to get on the bus and make the most of my money. But that is £70 a month, so something that I can't not get. Gifts was getting £50 this month. It was my nephew Freddie's birthday, so as per usual my family gets £50 every month for their gifts. I still have to transfer a majority of this to my sister so she can buy him some clothes, because apparently he just needed clothes and a Paw Patrol toy. While I'm on the subject of family, I have been asked to give a shout out to my one and only niece, my princessa, my Alice. So hi Alice, thanks for watching my videos. She is adorable. I didn't even know she watched my videos, but my sister told me. And also, while we're on the subject, shout out to my brother-in-law James. He was actually, fun story for you guys, don't know if I would have mentioned this in a really old video, but James was actually the first person to find me and find my channel and find out my little secret, because I kept it a secret from my family for the longest time. But James found me, and he told my sister, and I was like, oh my god, it's the worst thing in the world. And I remember voice noting Bridget with M and being like, oh my gosh, what do I do? But it is what it is. So shout out to Alice, shout out to James, shout out to all my family. Oliver, if you get jealous, shout out to you. But yes, gifts needed to have £50 in there. Christmas is always, if I can afford it, going to get is £80. That is a non-negotiable. If you're wondering why £80, I work out essentially I have 11 humans to buy for at Christmas. That's just my immediate family. That's my brother-in-laws, my sisters, my mum, my dad, my nephews, my niece, my brother-in-laws and my little babies. They get £50 each, and then my mum, my dad and my 2 sisters get £100. That's not to say anyone doesn't get less than that. It's just kind of the budget I assign for people, and I've worked out that plus I think a little bit more, maybe £100, maybe £100 more just for like friends, in total, not each, makes about £80 a month I need to save up for them. So I've already tapped into this to grab my mum a present when I saw it on sale. But yeah, £80 a month should get me to Christmas by hopefully November, if not before. Savings needed £100, and again, this isn't technically savings. I mean, it went into my savings account, but it was when I'd been bad and tapped into it. So this was essentially just repaying myself. Tickets is a new one, so I've technically popped it under Monzo, even though it's not Monzo. But if you follow me on Instagram, you know I am obsessed with the In Her Power podcast. I recommend it to absolutely everyone. If you like a podcast, you like a motivation and all of that jazz, then definitely check out Beck Stewart's In Her Power podcast. She essentially sold tickets to 3 1-hour sessions on Zoom with her and a special guest. Now the special guest is generally like a really motivating powerhouse of a human, and she sold them. So it obviously, Beck is Australian, so it worked out after conversion that it was about £44 maybe for that. But sometimes we have to pay out money or give ourselves more time to be in situations where we're surrounded by people that are just as motivating and inspiring to hopefully level us up. So yeah, I basically bought that. I will leave the links down below to her podcast and her Instagram. I friggin' love that woman. But yes, that is the total there. So altogether that worked out to 300, where do I put it? Right here, £360 there. So that was the next thing I figured out. Finally, once I worked all that out, I worked out that the 2 things that I absolutely needed this month, again, we're going to take this with a pinch of salt because not essential, but essential to me, was my hair needed to be done. Now, I get my hair done every 3 months. My roots were disgusting. I'm actually going to steal some pictures from my hairdresser's page, but I will show you the before and after. We went blonder, just like I told you guys we would. It is not cheap there, I am not even going to lie to you. It worked out at, I think, 157, something like that. I had £40 in my envelope in cash, so I could budget the 120 that I needed for my hair. Didn't spend any more than that actually, so that was good. I was worried. And the nails, again, not an essential, but my nails were grim, guys. They need to be done every 4 weeks minimum. They're not cheap because they're Biab, but definitely things that I will not sacrifice. And these are them. You can't really tell because of the ring light, I don't think, but they are brushed on, what do you call it, like a dust. Again, I will show a picture if I have a better version of my nails. But yeah, I chopped them quite smaller just because I was trying to see if the issue was my nails or my keyboard at work. Turns out it was mostly my nails. But anyway, then I had 2 books in which I pre-ordered a couple of months ago, I think each. So book 1 was the Everyday, I don't know, again I will pop a picture or the title or something, but it's the new book by Dame Patisserie. Love her books, love her recipes, use them all the time. That was £11. And then book 2 actually comes out on the last day of the month, so technically it should be covered by next month's pay, but it is the new Stephen Bartlett book, and again that is £11. Because I've pre-ordered both of them, they should cost that much money and not go up or down. So altogether that works at £190 there. So I think I actually worked out that in total it should be all of this equates to £1,017, which is technically £5 short of what I get paid, but I did have a teeny tiny little amount left in my bank account, so that is my budget for the month. So maybe that explains a little bit as to why I didn't film a budget with me, a cash stuffing video, because realistically there's nothing to stuff. I'm actually thinking about taking out some of the cash in my envelopes and just using it for what I currently need. Essentially just splurging. I feel like it makes me sound like a really bad budgeter by saying that, but I again want to be 100% transparent and honest with you guys as always. Just having envelopes sometimes can be a little bit overwhelming because you never want to really have an empty envelope, but trying to figure out your budget and your priorities can sometimes be a little bit demanding. Like thinking ahead to next year, for example, it's my dad's big birthday, so me and my sisters are wanting to make that really special and book something for him, but that is going to cost quite a lot of money. And on top of that, I do really want to travel next year, and ideally I would go to New Zealand and Australia. So again, I need a lot of money for that, if I can even do that. So yeah, there might be a little bit of reshuffling, a little bit of rejigging, priorities changing in the next couple of videos, or even the next couple of months. Well, so yes, but I keep waffling, oh my gosh. That is my video of my budget with me. Thank you so much for being patient with me. Thank you for everyone that's reached out for me. Obviously I'm on Instagram a lot more than I'm on YouTube, so I will leave the name somewhere here. If you haven't followed me already on there, I upload a lot more story wise, not really posting, but I do really want to do that more. And yes, as always, if you have any questions or comments, do leave them below. And I've missed you guys and I'm happy to be back. So until I see you next time, bye guys.